we're going to start off by making our final dish of the evening. It is our pasta dish. So now we're going to start by tossing the angel hair pasta, which only takes 4 to 5 minutes, into a pot of rolling water. And now I'm going to add some salt to season it and spoon it around to get it moving. Again, that'll take about 4 minutes to cook. Now we're going to make our pasta sauce quickly. So this is a really, really easy sauce. So we're going to start by chopping up some garlic. Now, in order to peel the garlic, I just smash it on my cutting board with a nice big knife, and then the peel just slips right off. So we're doing 4 cloves of garlic here, and we have a pound of pasta cooking. So we have all of the garlic paper off, and so now we're just going to chop it all up. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this so we can start making a bit of a paste. And I'm just taking some of the ends off. Some of this garlic has a few tough ends. Thanks, Sherry, for turning down that pasta water a bit. It's spitting over there. It's excited. So we're just going to chop this up so it's nice and fine.
Do you ever use a garlic press, Franny?
I do, but that actually bruises your garlic pretty well. So I have a tendency to choose to chop it up. And then what I'll do is, because this is going to make a paste, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a half a teaspoon of salt. And this is one of the few things I'll actually measure, and I'll just toss it in there. And now I'm going to use my knife to just kind of make a bit of a paste with the garlic. And just kind of chop it in. And what it'll do is it'll infuse the garlic with the salt. And then we're just going to toss this in our bowl. And this is a vegetarian recipe. If you want to, you could definitely add some chicken to it or anything else. Now we're going to take our onions. It's about a cup chopped that I've already chopped. Toss it in. Take a tablespoon of dried basil. Go ahead and use fresh if you'd like, then use a 1/4 cup and just chop it up. But I find that the dried basil gives it a nice flavor, and it makes it an easy dinner that you can just keep in the pantry. Now we're going to do 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Just shake that in there. If you go over, doesn't matter. If you go under, doesn't really matter. You're not going to make or break anything here by not having exact measurements. Now I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of olive oil. Now that sounds like a lot, but it's less than a 1/4 cup, and this dish will feed 6 to 8 people pretty easily.
What I've noticed about this, Renee, is that you're using a lot of the same ingredients that you used in the salad, which makes it a really nice complimentary dish, and also you have to have less ingredients on hand to make the whole meal.
Exactly. It makes it nice and simple to do everything. So now I'm just going to kind of stir that up. And what I'm doing here is I'm really mixing, again, that vinegar with the oil. Now we're just going to toss in a few more spices. I like a little bit of heat, so I'm going to put in about a 1/4 teaspoon of chopped red pepper flakes. If you like more, go ahead and add more. Like less, keep it out all together. A little bit of cracked pepper. Just going to check our pasta coming. It only has about 1.5 minutes to go. Now I'm going to put in 2 cans of Italian tomatoes. This is what makes this pasta dish great. All you have to do is use what's on hand in the cupboard. So my husband laughs. I always have like 8 to 12 cans of tomatoes on hand at once. Once I got down, so I only had 1, and it was like, oh my gosh, you can't do that. What are you going to do? Now I'm going to put in about a cup of mozzarella cheese. And I'm going to grate in about a 1/2 cup of fresh Parmesan. One of my favorite ingredients and one of my favorite tools. It's a microplane zester. And I use this thing, I think, every single night. I'll use it to put, you know, like for that orange, I'll make an orange salad dressing with some of the zest and everything else. So just grate that in and then stir it up. Now I'm going to run over and just check that pasta, see how it's doing. Now the joy of this pasta dish is that you can either have it hot or cold or kind of room temperature. So if you want it really hot, after you toss the pasta with the rest of the ingredients, you can put it back in the pan. Now I'm checking to make sure it's al dente, which means just a little bit of a bite to it.
You don't test it by throwing it against a wall and seeing if it sticks, Renee?
Nope, I like eating it too much. Perfect. So I'm just going to take it over, dump it into my colander. I'm not going to shake it out too much because I don't mind that heat staying in there. Toss it into the bowl and just mix it up. And we are ready for dinner now, ladies.
Looks delicious.